What's going on, everybody? Mortem here, this time bringing you a look at the Student of War Prestige class in the upcoming Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, which is currently in beta. So the Student of War is all about studying their enemies in combat, and that reflects through their abilities, as well as focusing on particular class skills. The Student of War being a Prestige class, we have to meet some prerequisites before we can actually start putting levels into it. These prerequisites are having a base attack bonus of 5, the feats of dodge and combat expertise. Dodge gives us a dodge bonus to our AC, as well as combat expertise, letting us take a penalty to our attack rolls for the sake of a dodge bonus as well. And then we have to have one of the following skill focuses. So skill focus is also a feat that then lets you pick a skill that you will then get a bonus to. Now in this particular case, we need to have picked skill focus and taken knowledge arcana, knowledge world, lore nature, or lore religion. And once we have one of those, we can then finally become a Student of War. When we pick up this prestige class, we are going to add knowledge arcana, knowledge world, and perception to our class skills. And we will get our full base attack bonus, which means at level 10 of our prestige class, which is the max level for the prestige classes, our base attack bonus will be 10 to our first attack and a plus 5 to our second attack, which is a bit reductionist for how base attack bonus works. If you want to check out how that actually works completely, hit up my combat basics video for this game and it will explain it. At first level, and the big hook of this prestige class, we are going to pick up an ability called Know Your Enemy. As a move action, we can study a foe that we can see and attempt a knowledge check appropriate to the creature's type. Succeeding this check will grant us a +1 insight bonus against our enemy, which can be applied via one of the following stances, which we'll get into in just a second. Now, this knowledge check isn't going to be the skill focus that you picked to get the class. It's going to be a knowledge check appropriate to the creature, which will change depending on what the creature is, of course. Now, the check itself is typically 10, plus however many hit dice the creature has. Now, the stances that we can apply our insight bonus to are defensive, martial, and tactical. So in defensive, we apply our bonus to our armor class and saving throws against the target's attacks. And then at 6th level, we gain a +3 bonus to our AC against attacks of opportunity while in the stance as well. If we choose the martial stance, the bonus applies to our attack and damage rolls against the targets, and then at 6th level, we add a +3 bonus to our crit confirmation rolls while we are in martial stance. And then if we pick tactical stance, the bonus applies to our combat maneuver checks and our combat maneuver defense when initiating or defending against combat maneuvers. Now, we can change our stance as a move action, and the bonus will increase from +1 to +2 at 4th level and +3 at 7th level. And then at 7th level, we can also finally cast this as a swift action rather than a move action. Also at 1st level, we start picking up additional class skills. So at 1st level and every 2 levels after that, so 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 9th, we will get extra class skills of our choice from the list of skills available. And then at 2nd, 5th, and 8th level, we get an extra combat feat as part of the prestige class. Now at 2nd level, we get the Mind Over Metal class feature. This will let us use our intelligence modifier instead of our dexterity modifier for giving us a bonus to our armor class. Now, it still functions the same way. That is to say that armor will still limit the amount you can add to your AC, as well as being caught flat-footed still removes the bonus. It just changes the modifier to be intelligence instead of dexterity. Functionally, it's still the same. At 3rd level, we pick up Anticipate. This will cause any successful will saving throw against an attack that would deal half damage to instead reduce it to 0 damage. I want to talk about the martial stance critical focus for a second, because as the tooltips in both the Know Your Enemy and the actual martial stance itself here do mention that you get it at 6th level. However, on our class sheet, it shows us getting it at 4th level. So just a weird thing to keep in mind there. At 6th level, we also pick up Telling Blow. This will allow us to ignore 5 points of damage reduction. That said, it doesn't apply to damage reduction that does not have a type, and it cannot be used against creatures that are immune to critical hits or otherwise lack discernible weak points. This is also the level where we get our defensive stance bonus of our +3 bonus to AC against attacks of opportunity. At 7th level, Know Your Enemy again becomes a swift action rather than a move action. At 9th level, we pick up Nemesis. Once per day as a swift action, we can focus on a weapon that we are holding and render it anathema to our studied foe. That is to say, the foe we used Know Your Enemy on. This will give our weapon effect the Bane special ability for 1 minute. And then lastly, we get Deadly Blow. At 10th level, the targets of our Know Your Enemy ability will ignore the target's damage reduction and its immunity to critical hits, which is a very strong ability in many scenarios. That is a look at the Student of War. Kind of an interesting one. Kind of reminds me of the Slayer and its studied target, but with a little bit of unique variety here. There you go, guys. There's a look at the Student of War Prestige class. I certainly hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. But truly, just thank you so much for watching. I couldn't do this without you guys. May you wander in wisdom and have an amazing day.